was such a good day, Joe. You gotta. Today is a celebration day. Oh, we cracking it today. Oh. Don't worry, folks. It's just mountain water.
Rad Condad, welcome to
How's it going, Joseph?
the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening Show. 7:06 p.m. my local time, April 25th, 2022. And we're celebrating today, Rad Condad. Please don't explode all over. Please don't explode all over. Rad Condad, we're celebrating.
Here it goes. Popping the bottles.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, we just hit 1 million followers on Twitter. It's a good day
Yeah.
for the Sandbox game today.
Who's joining us? Is that Cody?
Cheers to you, friends.
Cheers to you, friends.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody.
How's it going, Lozen?
We're having a good time. It might be April 26, 2022, where you are if you're joining us from the Asia Pacific region. If you're hanging out with us out of India. If you're, chilling in the Africa, the EU zone, anywhere around the world that's basically not NA or South America. It is April 26th to you. And let's talk about what's happening today and then what's happening on this live stream, because chat, throw it out. Throw out the book. You know what I mean? We're having fun here today. We're partying. Conrad's feeling good. He's feeling fresh. I talked to him earlier today.
Oh.
It seemed like he was on a high because he could finally eat food. So
I feel like a whole new man after this evening.
Yes.
We had a good stream this morning. Impromptu popped in, and then after that, your boy's back.
Julia in the chat. Popping bottles today, Julia. We've reached 1 million followers on Twitter. We're having a big day. We're having a lot of fun. And we've got things planned for the 1 million followers. But I said to myself, as I was getting started with this live stream, that who needs plans? Let's do it on the fly. So I'm giving away a bunch of stuff on this live stream. That's basically going to be everything we do, is just giveaway. Can I even speak? Doesn't matter, too many giveaways. But before we get into that, let's talk about the Sandbox Game news for today, posted on the official The Sandbox Game Twitter today. We're going back to Mega City. We are expanding upon the finest of Hong Kong culture with the second part of our land sales centered around the Mega City district inside the Sandbox. On Thursday, the 28th of April, 1 p.m. UTC, you can pick up one of the 82 premium lands that are available, 48 normal lands, 10 different estates that will be auctioned, and 38 individual lands that will be auctioned. This will be a first, I think, at least a first in a very long time, that we would have individual lands on auction. So, for those of you who, you don't want to deal with the grind of trying to get it right now, we got you. We got you covered. Those auctions will be available for the 24 hours beginning after the sale starts over on OpenSea.io. So you can check that out. Once again, April 28th, 1 p.m. UTC. So for me, on the Pacific West Coast, that's 5 a.m. And we're having a good time picking up some lands. It's going to be amazing. Now I'm seeing,
I think that's gonna be a great time.
Conrad, I'm seeing Andy Ritchie in the chat. And chat, Cody Zine also joining us. I'm going to show you something here because
don't forget.
we got you know what? Literally all of them at any time, if they wanted to, could just jump in this call on the private Discord that we use for this call because we just partying. You know, we're having fun. But if they do so, I'll need to know, I guess. I got Cody in here already. So what I need to do, Conrad, give me just 2 seconds because I'm going to mute you over here so I can unmute you over here. Now everybody's in the call. What's up, Cody? How you doing today?
There we go.
Hello.
Hi, Lozen. Y'all are amazing. How are you?
You're amazing.
Man, we're having a good time today. And you helped contribute to this good time because I didn't have it pulled up yet. But I'm going to go over to sandbox.game/en/shop. And I'm going to see something that you created and published just a very short while ago. We'll be giving away 5 of these today. They're available on the marketplace right now, thanks to you. And chat, if you were here last Saturday and you were hanging out when we were having fun, because the rules went out the door when Alex left, you know what I mean? The Get Girl Josephina disguise, usable on your character as a headpiece equipment, is in memory of when I had the giant wig on my head, looking silly, looking crazy, but you can look exactly like I did in that moment, as this will replace virtually the entire appearance of your character thanks to Cody Zine. And 1575 sand. Crazy cheap. Crazy cheap. NFT, permanent commemoration of the 4/23/22 stream. John Vader asking if I still have that wig. It's down here to my right now, you know. But, I mean, it's not calling to me. Not yet. We haven't had enough of that champagne yet at this time. Do you hear it? Is it like a bee in the background until you pick it up? It's just like the sound of an old television that you didn't turn off? Does anybody understand that? Okay. All right. I thought I was the only one who heard that for a long time because all the old people around me were like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know? But you get the glasses. You get the beard. Okay. You get the headphones and the wig. It's all one piece. Wearable right now. I'm going to give away 5 of these on this show because Cody was so nice to hand me one. Jazz Wolf, if you're already here in the chat, Jazz Wolf actually gave me one, even though Cody was already planning on sending me one. So I want to send a special thank you to you, and I'm going to figure out what I can send you in return for that gift, because I think, you know, that's just amazing of you, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to take a look back at your Sandbox wallet, see what you don't have that I do have, maybe send you something in the near future. Andy Ritchie also sent me over something, and that is the Andy Ritchie asset that you guys can use inside your experiences. So we'll give that away too. And the team at Monochrome, which is, of course, Cody and Lozen, sent me over one of the Monochrome characters that I can also give away on this show. So we're going to do a bunch of giveaways here. We're going to have a bunch of fun because, you know, hitting 1 million doesn't happen every day, right? So let's blow it up. Let's have some fun. Now, second, I had a laugh about this, chat, because full disclosure, earlier today, I'll tell you what I said, but when we get there. First, Ukraine 24/2/2022, a representation of peace, independence, but also civil resistance. A rare NFT of 200 copies on sale on the 27th of April at 3 p.m. UTC. All revenues generated by the sale will go to charities supporting the victims of the Ukrainian war. Now, I'm not going to name any names because I'm not about that life, but a user earlier today had posted on our Discord saying, I just read the announcement and it says that the Sandbox is supporting the Ukraine. I decided to sell all of my coins and leave this server. To which I replied, well, bye. Because we respect people here, okay? we take care of people here, and you know, it's pretty universal that everybody doesn't want to see people come to harm for undue reasons. You know, I don't know. So anyway, special shout out. Go pick up a copy. This rare NFT available at bit.ly/Ukraine2402. You can check that out. It'll load it all up for you. So you can see the Sandbox Medium article. It's a beautiful asset. Beautiful asset to be used inside of any story, narrative piece. Maybe keep it as a collectible. Whatever you like. And then, also, on top of that, yesterday, we wished a happy birthday publicly. And I missed this yesterday. Did I? What day was yesterday? Yesterday was Sunday, wasn't it? Joe, of course you missed it on Sunday. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yesterday, the Sandbox game wished a happy birthday to the Bored Ape Yacht Club project and their whole community. The Sandbox game owns 31 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, and for 1 year, and we've been showing them in Alpha Seasons 1 and 2, working on interoperability as avatars and building experiences in the gaming space of the Sandbox game. This is a work in progress, but I thought this is a very interesting post because it shows how you translate the Bored Ape Captain here. You'll see, right? We had this featured inside of the NFT collection right in the main Alpha Hub. You could check it out right now. But look at how it gets reinterpreted into individual components that can be used in a 10K project, similar to the way that we work with doggies. This is an interesting breakdown for you guys because you've got the clothes, right, that you see here. You've got the base body model, the fur. Then you've got the hat, the eyes, and the mouth. All unique individual components that get put together. Of course, the background / pants. So they used for the purpose of the pants because we didn't have a direct guide for that. We made the pants the color of the background on these particular assets so you could see that represented when you're in the game, when you don't have that background. But I think it's very interesting to see this broken down here, and it'll be interesting to see these built into the future of the Sandbox game. But once again, congratulations to them and their team as they move forward with their next project coming up in just a little while. So anyway, yes, sir. Okay, sort of. It would be, so it would be one piece. Oh, it says that you can't hear Conrad. What happened?
Well, we're all really quiet.
Oh, are you? How about now?
Is that any better, folks?
That's way better. You're louder than me now. Fixed.
Yes, there we go.
There we go. Thank you.
We'll get it perfect one day.
Hey, you know, we twiddle the knobs out here, okay? Low volume. All right, so anyway, so you're saying that we're going to have the Bored Apes possible to wear this, the Get Girl Josephina disguise.
Right.
And yes, you could. The only caveat being that with some of these assets, you know, like that one in particular that was featured has the captain's hat. So that is built into the avatar itself. So they're generated like that, where all the individual components are compiled. An avatar then can also wear equipment. So you may experience some minor clipping of the headpiece versus the assets. But yes, you could absolutely override one component to the other, the same way that like the nifty tailor does for them right now.
You know, I'm not even mad about that because I'm excited to see those whizzies out there start to wear these wigs.
Oh no, that's gonna be great.
You know it's gonna happen. You know people are gonna start putting these.
It's
on
true.
Everything.
It's true. The Fist mentioning that, yeah, you've been struggling with trying to make a chest piece for the doggy, and that, yeah, once again, that comes to understanding the proportions of that compared to the normal humanoid asset. It's mostly trial and error. Once you get one good piece, you can make a whole bunch of them for your stuff. But yeah, so let's not hesitate here. I gotta make another form really quickly.
on topic of Board API Club, Anna Chris MC, I believe I said that right. Unfortunately, yes, the Board API Club Instagram account was compromised. They did have lots of news
Yeah,
about that on their Twitter,
that's all
and
right.
everything has been since fixed and everything. So all good now.
Yeah, they have to investigate a little bit into that because they actually had two-factor authentication on. So whatever the cause
Right.
was, they sorted it out in a short order, but nonetheless, unfortunately. Okay. I will type better when soon, TM.
Oh, now we're getting a lot of echo from me.
That's because my head is sideways.
Okay.
See, the problem is, chat. Joe needs
Do a
to.
little whisper.
I think I need to just buy. It sounds like an announcer at a high school football game. That's beautiful. All right, chat. I got it for you. I got it sorted out. Let's get it. Let's shorten the URL. So I'm already kicking it off right here. 221 people in the chat. Please feel free to fill out this form if you would like to win one of the Get Girl Josephina Disguise assets you see right in front of you. We're going to give away a whole bunch more.
And there's that direct link as well. That way
There we
you
go.
see that status and
Oh,
get
yeah.
all about that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Even
I'm
the link
gonna go back over to my own Twitter because there's so many people who already have shared this, and there was one in particular that I had a good chuckle about. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Vivox 3 hours ago said I'm officially a Get Girl. And they like this is how it applies to the head, right? Like the face is the same, the skin tones and the eyes or whatnot, all the same as a normal character, and then you go boop, just pop this right on there.
Perfect.
It's wonderful.
It's so good.
It's just chef's kiss. It's really good, really good. I don't know if there were some others that yes.
It's got defense and speed gem.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
true.
Speedy.
That's true. You're getting a nice defense buff just by holding that on your character. So, statistical bonuses inside of your experiences. The trailer's too good. Just that, like.
The zoom in, that's my favorite part.
Cody played that song and I was like, nope, that's the song we need. Sorry. Like it was instant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First few beats.
Oh, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. You did so good at this. Like, you kind of mentioned it in the call that we were having that you were already at work on this and like, oh, it's a surprise, right? No idea this was going to be the surprise. I was just like, okay, cool. Whatever's coming is going to be awesome. And sure enough. So I love it. I love this. It's going to be a great time. So, let's go. We're just gonna rapid fire some of these out. And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions about the Sandbox game, about the Metaverse, or about VoxEdit, the asset creation software that Cody Zine used to create this asset you see right in front of you, maybe even about the minting process, then let me know. Let me know. All right. I'm shutting down the first form already. 150 responses. Let's go. 152.
Let's go.
A couple of them creeped in there in the last second, and user number 10 is the roll. Nice low roll there. Now, answering the question, how many Twitter followers do we have? Chat. I closed that form already. And it's 1 million. Over on youtube.com, Mansour. Mansour. You are our first of 5 winners of the Get Girl Josephina Disguise asset right in front of you. Somebody with a legit, real answer right there. Johnny1987 says 1,323,000, meaning we've gotten 323 followers since the earlier today stream with PandaPops. Beautiful. Beautiful. It happened live, like as we were on the show. It was wild. Wild. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be 1 trillion soon, says Irados. Or wait, oh. Yeah, no, Hyena 747. Chat's moving fast, chat. You guys are all over it today.
Oh, we're going. Don't worry.
Let's go again. I'm not even going to retitle it, chat. I'm not even going to retitle it. We're going to go that fast. Here we go. So what are you guys working on over there at Monochrome? You guys working on something special right now? Of course you are. But also, can you talk about it? Probably not. Let's see what I can squeak out of you.
Yeah.
You took us on a journey just then.
Yeah, you know. That's called emotional blackmail. Oh, no.
Emotional blackmail. That's the perfect name for that. Now we have to say something. Yeah, so we're working on the game, the Monochrome game, first one. Working on Sandbox stuff and client stuff, masterclass stuff, lots of stuff. I'm just glad that the Get Girl stuff is done. And now we can all enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
we wanted to
beautiful.
just like get it out there.
Yeah. I was thinking, legit, like, I'm just blown away. Like, the way that, I don't know, maybe it's just the headphones, I think. I think it's just the headphones for me. Just the headphones under there, I'm like, how did you, like, you just don't miss a single detail. The glasses are multifaceted colors. I don't know if I'm wearing those today, but I was that day. I was wearing the brown glasses with the multicolored.
Great.
Just perfect. Just really good. So, question from AYZ116 comes in over on twitch.tv while we're waiting for the second form to get filled out. It says, there are assets in the marketplace that I can press the plus sign to add to my game maker. But I found out earlier today that I can't use them in game jams. These items are also not up for sale. What should I do? And how can I get them? AYZ116, one thing that's important to note that Panda missed when she answered this question earlier is that you can sometimes use those assets in game jam events. It really, each different game jam have different rules. Yeah. So
Gotta be paying attention to those rules.
just know that the real concern you ought to have is that if you use something in a game jam, let's say, and you get a top 10 position, and you think to yourself, wow, that game was so good, I'm going to publish it in the metaverse later. That you can do that up until the point that somebody tries to sell one of the assets that they made. So if Cody had created this Get Girl Josephina disguise and you used it in your experience, but Cody hadn't had a price on it, and then later determined they wanted to sell it, you would have to buy one in order for your creation to still work properly in the metaverse. So, and then you would have to wrap that experience again with an on-chain fee because you would have to add the NFT to your experience. So, for the most part, when you create, it's a good idea to also create your own assets, just so that you don't have to think about if, for any reason, an artist was to sell their property. You don't have to think about going and buying it and rewrapping things over and over and over, potentially. So it's advised that you create your own assets when you do a game jam, if that process is possible. And almost every time, like for the last 5 or so game jams, it has been possible. You can make whatever you want. Okay.
And earlier, our friend Enrique, which I was informed, Joe, Enrique's making us a present. He's trying to get it sent over to us. Thank you for that, friend. I'm looking into it. We'll see about it. I'll make it a surprise for you. But he wants to know how it will work and if they need to do anything for the airdrop for the Ukrainian flag. I believe they donated and picked up one of those when it came out.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's scheduled to go out on the 27th, I think. Go check out that website again. I can't remember the exact date, but I'm pretty sure the 27th is when it said they would start their distribution. All right, so form number 2. I'm going to close it down really quick, Conrad. If you got another question,
no worries. I'm getting
fire
those
it
questions.
in.
Just let me know. Oh, fire away. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alrighty. Soy Boy over on YouTube wants to know if there is an ETA on when those land sales will be going over to Polya.
As soon as the I see you in chat. See you in chat, the lack of Vision X. As soon as you see the smart contract actually finalized, migrated, the next land sale will be on Polygon. That's the timer you're looking for. I don't have a date for that because there are still, once again, many factors to do that. But you saw the announcement that we had over on our Medium this week that we are going to auto-migrate all of the lands that haven't already been migrated to the current smart contract. We're going to do it. We're going to pay the gas fees. We're going to take care of it. And then from there, we'll be ready for the transition. So there will probably be another announcement coming up soon that talks about when that second transition is. But it's not going to, of course, be until all the lands have been migrated over to the current version of the smart contract. So, user number 199 out of 211 was the user that was drawn. But they answered wrong. So I am not going to accept this particular form because to the question, how many Twitter followers do we have? They answered 1. Just 1. Not 1 M.
We forgot so many zeros.
That's a lot of zeros. So I got to re-roll this, chat. Let's do it again. That's the first time I've ever done that, and I love it. I sure hope you answered correctly. And you did. Rolling a number 1 out of 211. Username over on twitch.tv, Madden SIC, one word, MADDEN SIC, answered 1 million Twitter followers.
Ooh, so good.
Ooh!
Who do we got?
So hype. So hype. No, that was it. Madden. SIC. They won.
Oh. Congratulations, Madden.
And I said it out.
That's Madden sick. Here.
Madden sick. All right, let's make a copy of a copy of a copy. Chat, because we're going to go again. We're going to go number 3. In the meantime, why the heck is Julia G. Julia not in this call right now? I see you in the chat. What you doing right now? What are you doing right now? Earlier they asked. They said, "Can I go into the? Can I get into this stream?" And I said, "Yeah." It was PandaPops stream. All right. But where you at, Julia? We're hanging out. We're vibing today. I gotta send another form. We got 5. Whoops. I went go to instead of copy, Joe. Come on, Joe. There it is. What's up, Julia? It's Julia, right? Yeah, it is.
It's the Easter Bunny.
I mean, same. It's basically the same. That's basically the same.
Pretty much.
Ah, it didn't go out on twitch.tv. Let me send that form one more time. Boop. There we go.
You, sir.
So out there on twitch.tv, YouTube, and facebook.com, you can fill out this form for the 3rd. Oh yeah! According to IcePilot X7 in the chat. That's right. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Can I get a hiya?
Hiya! We're giving away another the Kid Girl
stream.
Josephina Disguise. Listen, it's a party time, okay? We got 1 million followers on Twitter today. That happened today. Somebody told me that song just jumped into my head really fast. That we should have a party. So I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Chris Meister says we wildin' tonight. On God, whichever one you prefer. Pick one. You know? Having fun. Enjoying life. Giving away a bunch of stuff. Julia, how was your day? You walk the dogs.
I also did the dishes, did laundry, did the cat box, changed my bed.
That's a lot of things. That's productive.
It was a very productive day. It was. Just, I do this, I don't know, I like things clean. I have a problem.
Is that a problem or a feature? Chat, let me know.
Like, you ever go to like any single guy and ask them how often they change their bed, and you'll probably vomit in your mouth. I actually have a thing where I change mine. I change mine weekly.
Can't talk about that right now.
Yeah. I change mine weekly.
With my recent shortcomings and sicknesses.
Yep.
I can't talk about anything that comes to that.
Just plead the 5th.
Here's the thing. It's Friday. All right. Change your sheets.
I mean, it's not.
It's Monday
Jeff.
now. It's
When was
Monday
the last time
now.
you changed yours?
Friday. Because it's Friday. Get your shit together. I mean,
Not Friday.
I can't say
It's Monday. I'm
I can't
so
say that.
confused right
I'm
now.
sorry. It's Monday now, but I'm saying on Fridays. On Fridays, you know, gotta change the sheets. Gotta change the sheets, okay?
Anyways,
So,
back to the relevance, back to the sandbox, as we do. Our friend Lieber Stark over there asks, is there any news on the possible interoperability of the sandbox and Meta Hollywood since they are partnering up with the Animo brands?
probably. I can't release news that we don't, both them and us, agree to if they do so have an agreement with us. So,
Well,
tell
Tito's
you
announcement
later.
Probably
Yeah.
on the medium, right?
If it is to be a thing, it would be on the Medium Soon TM, or it'd be on the Animoca Brand's official blog. Either way, I can't officially tell you yes or no about any particular partnership at any time until it is announced, because otherwise, that's just mean to them. They spend all those hours.
Right.
I don't know if you guys know how long it takes to coordinate a marketing campaign for anybody's company, but they definitely don't like leaks. It sucks a lot because you're like, man, I just did this for like 30 years, and then some journalist just like tore it in half and threw it out, spit on it.
I know, that's always the worst. I mean, here real soon, folks, we do have our one and only the Vision X,
What you
Joe
got?
himself,
What did I do?
working on trying to get all of the information put into one spot for us, working real hard. So this stuff will be
Yes.
a little bit less confusing.
That is
So,
true. That is true.
We're getting it put together. We recognize how difficult it is to find information right now. Don't worry.
Candidly, Kristen misinterprets what I just said, but also I appreciate you exercising with caution. Candidly, Kristen said, in other words, Joe got in trouble for previous beans, apparently. And in fact, I have never, ever, not even once, ever, been told, Joe, why did you say that? So I use my discretion. Use my discretion. I can go into all of these meetings. The one time, like the closest thing that I've ever gotten to that was one time when I did a little bit of venting in an email, and I won't get into the details. I did some venting. I was like, at everyone. What the heck? And that was the one time where people were like, can you not? Like, only a couple people, but nonetheless, you know, you got to keep it close to the chest.
Right,
be a little more discreet, a little nicer about the way you do things. But in terms of like partner deals and things like that, I'm always very cautious about like, I'll tell you if I know that Seb accidentally said something somewhere in some email to CNBC or something, like, you know, anybody gets any information out there, as soon as he leaks it, I'm like, oh, like, it's free game now. Everybody knows. It's free real
Right,
estate,
like,
you know?
it's out in the open now.
Yeah, it's over. So, chat, I rolled on the third form that I just shut down a second ago.
What do we got?
User number 98 out of 219 on the copy of a Milli TSB, answering 1 million Twitter followers over on youtube.com, Nancy Gianto, or Gianto. I don't know how you pronounce that, but Nancy Gianto. You have won
Congratulations.
this beautiful Josephina disguise here on this show. Let's go again. And keep the questions rolling, chat. If you got questions about the Sandbox game, you got questions about the, you know, the inner workings, feel free to ask those. It's all good. Do whatever you like. I'm gonna make a copy here.
I'm gonna
Copy of a
interrupt you
copy
there
of a
for a
copy.
second,
What's up?
Joe.
What's good?
Cody, thank
Yeah.
you so much. You made my dreams come true.
Did you see my homework there?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what happened?
And Alex's response to it immediately
Oh, it's perfect.
was so perfect. Look at
Wait.
how they massacred my boy.
Check stream
Please-
chat,
Please
Joseph.
go to the stream chat.
Okay, in the GMAE show.
It-
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh,
pull
it's
that
so
up. Pull that up
good.
for everybody.
I
It's so
gotta.
beautiful. It
Okay,
works.
that's it.
I think you mean,
That's
oh,
it.
yes.
I mean, yes. it's one of those things that's so bad you can't look away. You know what I mean? But in a good way.
Yes.
Right.
All right, let's go, Cody. I got to get to this page because this is a massacre. It's beautiful. Here we go. In case you were wondering, I'm sorry. When you put it onto a Wizzy, this is what it looks like, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
If it's wrong, I don't want to be right.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
You've given me life with this. You have created the witchy, the green, before it was created.
It's a pre-envisioning here.
There it is. There it is. It's concepting. It's happening live.
Beautiful. Brings like a tear to my eye.
Oh,
How
man.
beautifully majestic it is. Like I cannot contain the emotions it's bringing forth.
Alex got ahead of me in a good way here in our chat, by the way. Made a whole section called #OurWallets. So if we ever want to do more contests like this, it's way easier. Where we can just be like, okay, everybody dump something into this person's pool.
Nice.
It's going to be beautiful. We're going to have a lot of fun in the future here. All right. So I got a copy of a Millie. I'm going to send it out here right now. This is your third, fourth? I don't know. I should probably pay attention. Fourth
Probably should.
opportunity to win one of these beautiful wig/beard/glasses that you can apply. The zoom is killing me, dog. That was like, it was like the worst screenshot of my face I've ever seen in my life, and it makes it perfect.
Immortalized.
It's over now. All right. Here we go. The Get Girl Josephina disguise. I put it in the chat. You can fill it out over on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook if you're interested in winning one of these NFTs. It gives you an additional 7 defense and 14 speed inside any combat-based experience in the Sandbox game, either in the gallery of the Game Maker or in the Metaverse. Mansour, you won earlier, yeah? You won earlier. I remember.
Yeah.
I have a memory.
Tower
They
was
were the first,
very
yes.
first.
They say they can't wait to use it on their Apes of Space VX avatar.
That's going to be fantastic.
So good. If you don't send me a screenshot, I swear to you.
Yeah, we gotta see that.
I need it. What's up next?
Do you need it right meow?
I mean, yes.
Right
It
meow,
gives
meow?
me life. What are we thinking, chat? Okay, chat. After this particular Josephina disguise, there will only be one left. So, your choice. The next, after this one will be the Josephina. After this, should it be the Wasteland Grunt? Should it be the Andy Ritchie asset? Or another Josephina disguise? Let me know. It's beautiful. 9A7A says, I want to see a Smurf with a wig.
There's
Do it.
so many great,
Just do it.
there's so much great potential with this asset already. So good.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Alrighty, well,
What do we got?
Hyena747 asks, how can I evaluate an asset faced? Is too many or okay? How can I decide that?
Cody, that's a good question for you as a Voxel asset creator. You created this asset right here. How would a person be able to tell how many faces are on their creation?
So it's important when you're in VoxEdit, if you're creating like just a single object, even like a post, right? You might automatically assume you go to the modeler and do that, just creating a VXM.
Mhm.
However, I will say it's good best practice to always choose the animator and open a VXM. And by doing that and creating the VXMs within there, that workspace is what will show you the face count of everything that you have in there. So you can kind of keep an eye on that. And it's a good rule of thumb across the sandbox right now is to keep well below 5,000 faces.
Sure. That's good. I like that. Thank you. Thank you for answering that for us. I know you guys are in there all day, every day. I mean, it's wild how good you guys are. Like, I was watching Panda earlier on Panda's stream, and I don't know if you guys were there in the chat or whatnot, but during Panda's stream, they literally made a live representation of Conrad. And Conrad was like, yeah, I'm going to get onto, I'm going to be on camera in a robe. And she's just like, paint me like one of your French girls out here.
Exactly.
And it was beautiful. Like, it's so quick to be able to get these things taken, like, with detail. I don't know. You have hours and hours and hours, probably hundreds of hours at this point ahead of my skill. And I really have a great appreciation for it at this point.
You kind of get the groove down and the key bindings, and you're just kind of, it's like muscle memory at that point.
Yeah.
Practice makes permanence.
That's right.
Ooh, I like that.
I've seen Alex, like, the master, and just on my computer doing it, and I was just mind blown. It was like bam, 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 and I'm like, holy
stuff.
Oof.
Yeah.
Impressed.
Yeah.
Impressed. As a skill.
For sure. All right. Right now we have 152 responses. What you got? Did I close that down? That's the wrong form. 263 responses so far. So I'm going to close this form right now. Feel free to ask that question as I get this roll ready, Conrad.
This notice Celestial Photography says, it was actual art I would buy. She needs to NFT those two.
Heck yeah.
I love it.
Goodness gracious.
I love it.
But on a serious note, Lee Newman over on YouTube says, on OpenSea, I bought an asset, but it's not showing up in my inventory on the TSP page. It shows up on my OS profile and on Etherscan, not here. Any thoughts?
I don't know how long ago you bought it, but sometimes it can take up to a day to actually show up on your profile because of the way the Content Deployment Network works on a global scale. So you may have had your data synced to the website in Japan at this point, but not in South America or not in Europe or not in NA, you know what I mean? So eventually it gets through the entire chain of servers and you're going to see it in your system. But as long as it's there on the blockchain, it's there in the in your account eventually. One thing that I would leave as a caveat is make sure that it was, as Candidly Kristen said, a verified asset, because the OpenSea and secondary market has the potential for people to list things claiming that they are the Sandbox, but unless it has the blue check mark next to the text, the Sandbox assets, then there's no, it wouldn't actually be one that was minted here with us and be compatible with us. So make sure that, like I said, you're looking for that when you're buying your assets. What do you see? What happened? Wait.
Our friend Purple Cheetah compared me to Haley Joel Osment. And,
like as a kid, yeah.
The resemblance is a little bit striking. I've never considered it before, but now I can't unsee it.
Can't unsee it. There it is. How often do you see these dead people?
Oh.
All the time.
Anyways, continuing on, 22 Block Studios says, will it be possible to sell animations on the marketplace? And that does go into another question, which is, how can we be recognized and make these assets sell them? Is it possible that these things are going to show up anytime soon for the public?
The second part, yes. Relatively soon. Once again, we want to make sure all of our assets have been migrated over to Polygon Network first, because as Cody can attest, having done this earlier today, the gas fees are fairly high to mint an asset. How much did it cost you earlier when you minted this one, Cody?
When we minted, it was it almost $60?
Right.
I know there's like $100 and then $14 and then like, because we haven't ever sold anything before, we just make stuff.
Sure.
We just give it away.
Yeah.
And we just give it away. So like.
Well, that was the one-time OpenSea wallet transaction, but I think the actual mint for minting the 200 was like $58.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if you're in that ballpark on every mint, The general consumer probably not going to be, able to do that, quite frankly. Especially somebody who just got into the ecosystem that appreciates the fact that it is a free software to use, free game creator software, right? They're trying to leverage those things. So we're going to take that over to the Polygon network, and once it is there, then you're going to have an opportunity to mint for a penny, not $40, $50, $60, whatever it may be. So that is going to make it great. And once that is done, then we will allow you to do your minting. Just have to get it over there, then make sure it works, then do some load testing, and then say, great, cool, yes, everybody can use it, go. And then I'm sure the website will break the same day because everybody will be like, yes, finally! And we'll go through that process. So, let's see here. We had a winner. I drew out of 263 people from the 4th copy of the million follower giveaway party. Answering 1 million, thank you, on twitch.tv, SNABUR, Snabur. You are the winner of our 4th Josephina disguise that we're giving away on this show.
Hell yeah, Snabber, that's fantastic.
Very familiar with that name.
Right?
Congratulations.
Oh, there
Everybody
they are.
knows
I can't
Snabber.
believe it.
There it is.
Congratulations, friend. You love to see a familiar face in the community win these little giveaways.
That's right. All right. Somebody in the chat had a good point. So I'm going to label this one specifically. This one's for the Boop Goop chat.
We have such an intelligent chat. They always have good points.
I mean, yes. They're great. Y'all are great. This particular form, because the chat had the good point to say we should give away the Josephina disguise as the last one to wrap the show. So this one, going out right now, is for the Andy Ritchie asset. Specifically, Andy Ritchie themselves. If you want the main character of your experience or a background character in your experience to be the Andy Ritchie, you're going to want this one. Check it out. Fill out the form. It's over on youtube.com. It's over on Twitch. It's over on Facebook. Julia, it's like 11 p.m. What are you planning on doing this evening? Are you just going to go straight to sleep as soon as the stream is over?
I just put in my last load of laundry. The dogs and the cats are eaten. They're already passed out on the couch. I have no plans. I could play a video game, or yeah, I could go to sleep. Could be an old lady. Not sure yet. The night is young.
There it is. Options. Options here. I'm not sleeping. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that.
Play?
I don't know.
Do more of it, but
I don't know. Pick a game. Pick a game that's not Overwatch. No offense.
No, I respect it. Didn't you say you were going to download Overcook?
I got it already. Yeah, it's downloaded right now.
Okay. Do you have a
Overcook is fun.
Yeah,
Overcooked.
it's so hard with a keyboard, though.
I mean, I got a controller.
I got about 150.
Wait,
Sandbox
Cody, you
games
done too?
I gotta go through.
So
What?
like with a stream team, overcooking, working together.
Huh. Chad, if you don't already know, that game is a really good game for figuring out if you can stand the other people in the room.
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
You know?
I'm out.
Yeah, right?
Watch Joe just start yelling at all of us like, "Go,
Yeah.
do the thing."
Because you're like,
the
hey,
bird
I'm
on
just
the
trying to
thing.
get an onion! Get out of my way!
Do you know the road level? Where you
No.
get hit by cars.
So I played Overcooked, not Overcooked 2 in my time.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I will. We will play.
Okay.
And
yeah.
there will be cooking happening.
I feel like, and swearing.
I'll
You
be
know
the
what?
reason everyone fails, though. So, like, I don't think
Honestly,
this is a good
no,
idea.
come on,
You just need a
Logan.
clean plate.
Look at us.
Where's
Yeah.
Lowe's and where's the? Oh dang it!
Yeah, I'll be like off looking at something shiny.
Logan, you can chop the things.
Here's
Come
yeah.
on.
Chop 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 chop. Speaking of chopping, I just chopped a little
What?
RNG calculator roller. All right. That didn't make any sense. Didn't have to. All right. Got 237 responses to the forum, and I closed it down because we're going to do another one as soon as possible, chat. But this particular forum, for the Andy Ritchie asset for the boop goop in the chat, is going out to number 178. 178 out of these 237 responses. This user with a very exact answer of how many. Look at this chat. Look at this chat. Look at what I'm doing here, chat.
Oh, our stream is too idle.
Stream is too idle. We're just having too much fun giving too much stuff away, chat. I might as well just bring it up to be two faces at this point. 1,304 people was the response. Probably right at the top of the stream. That'd be dead on accurate. Over on Facebook.com. Puranasak Kumarakai. Probably got it wrong. Close enough, I hope.
We do our best, friends.
I hope I did well. Correct me. But Facebook.com, you've done a winning. You did a winning, all right? You got yourself...
Second time ever.
Andy Ritchie. That's, I mean, the second time since you've been here, Radconda. That's
right.
True. That's
In
true.
my opinion, ever.
That is his span of eternity, which is as real as things get for any individual.
That's true. My concept of time is very small.
Perception is reality, friend. You know? All right, so let's roll up another one, chat. And what are y'all doing down there in the Teyas region this evening? What are you planning on doing?
This and then
Watching Dollface.
sleeping to do it all over.
No,
again.
I'm watching Russian Doll.
Russian
Never
Doll.
mind.
Wait, you still haven't finished Dollface?
No.
Go sit in a corner.
I've been like into
You're in
the.
timeout. You are in time. Come on.
I've been doing like serial thrillers and like sci-fi
Yeah, there's
stuff.
too many sci-fi things out there.
Yeah, there's so much sci-fi stuff out right now, and like that is my jam. I love sci-fi. Yeah.
Did you watch Look Up yet?
Not yet. It's on the
Mm-mm.
list.
I watched it today. It was. I'm worried about the world.
No
Like,
spoilers.
there's like dark humor. No, that's all I'm gonna give you. But I'm like, oh god, is this gonna be us soon?
Don't do it. It's a trap.
It kind of reminds me. It reminds me of the film. What was it? He was looking for his best friend for the end of the world, and it was Keira Knightley and the guy that says "I love Lamp" in Anchorman.
Oh,
What
that's
is
Steve
his name?
Carell.
Yeah, it was Steve Carell and Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley was his love interest.
That is
He,
so wild. I'm sorry that you just associated with Steve Carell specifically with I Love Lamp and not The Office.
On the office.
Right.
Yeah.
Oops.
No, it's fine. Like, it's just great to see like that train go, you know, because I don't have the
Right,
memory
killed the
to
guy.
think about where the individual people are, like what all their individual films were. I just like the one big thing they're known for. That's how my brain works. So it's nice to see somebody who actually can appreciate the little things.
Yeah, she
like,
does that.
My first thought was him and Miss Sunshine, Little Miss Sunshine. And there he's like depressed and
Yeah.
suicidal. Yeah. But I think that's like his greatest film, that and the Keira Knightley film. So I don't really go for the more mainstream stuff. I like
40-year-old virgin didn't do it for you.
No.
I remembered him in that vaguely. Yeah, that's funny. So 2 questions coming back to back over on YouTube.com. David Dombrowski asks, when Cheech and Chong avatars?
I'm gonna delete that.
If they want to
Pilot.
make them.
Killing me.
Naughty.
Ice Pilot always tries to get me to read those comments. I haven't scrolled down to it yet, but you know, we
I fell
just
for it. I died.
see it, you
Savage.
appreciate it, you move on.
Right.
Mike over on YouTube.com also asks, will this game be on PlayStation and Xbox? Mike, it is possible that this game can make it to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in the future, but first, you have to finish the PC development, then finish mobile development, then we can offer it on those platforms. A decent time projection for that would be about 2 years from now, if we can. The caveat being that this game does operate on cryptocurrency economy, meaning that you can play and earn cryptocurrency just by playing in any of our seasons of content. So, with that in mind, a PlayStation based out of Japan, where that is actively illegal, may not be keen to publishing us on their platform. However, Microsoft in the US may be. Also, maybe not. But we'll get to that road when we get there. Otherwise, maybe we just give you a side-loading option similar to the way that we would do it on mobile if, for any reason, the Apple Store or Google Play Store doesn't allow us to publish there either. Doesn't matter. We may make it happen anyway.
Right, okay. Well, if I can go on to my questions, Joe.
Hit those questions, Conrad.
And if you could open up one of our friends' games over on the Game Maker, so we can do at least a sneak peek preview at something here before, we
sure,
go out,
why not,
it's
dude?
already
Why not?
been an hour with all these giveaways and all this fun. It's too much, Joe.
Too much too young,
Is a day of celebration. But our friend Zoliner Blake over on YouTube wants to know, when will the Hidden Village contest results come out?
Hidden Village results will probably not actively be announced, but an airdrop may come to you. Otherwise, check the comments inside its own thread if you are interested in potentially seeing those comments. That's actually part of the discussion that I am having internally to make sure that all that information can be disseminated clearly and cleanly to you when it is available. So it may take a week or two to start getting that proper, everybody else to me to go back out to you. But hopefully we can get there soon.
Right, and of course we get the same question week after week because it's still under development and it's always going to be around the corner until we can officially announce it. When season 3?
When season 3? When Moon? When 0.7? When Lambo? Yesterday, friend.
Right.
Just kidding. Lambo's a poor investment. No offense, Lamborghini. It depreciates in value instantly because it's a car. George Rye, however, asks a great question about investment that is very relevant to our guests here today.
To get to that, don't worry.
I'm asking it right now.
We can go straight to it.
How can one invest in Monochrome?
Say what now?
How can you invest into Monochrome?
Invest.
How can we be more involved in Monochrome itself, and how can we just figure out how to be a part of?
George Rye is specifically asking how they can invest in Monochrome.
Sure. So there's a couple things like right away that you can do. So our first film is out on Amazon for the US and the UK. And for everyone else in the world, it's on Vimeo VOD. So you can rent or buy that and watch it. Our comic book is out. Our first issue of our new comic series is out. For the digital version anyway, it's on OpenSea. If you buy the NFT to redeem the comic, you'll get the secret link to download the PDF version of it. And then, yeah, I'd say join the Discord because we have, the games coming out, more movies on the way, more comic series, and we have our Monochromies PFP collection coming out. So lots of moving, fun pieces.
And maybe filming coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I safely assume that folks going ahead and taking that master class are definitely helping out the Monochrome itself?
You mean like investment-wise?
Yeah,
Well,
I would try to keep...
It's kind of a separate, because we have big plans for masterclass that we kind of... So it all falls under Tempest, the Monochrome's an IP under Tempest, and masterclass is kind of a thing under Tempest. But with masterclass, like our plans, the the income from that is really going to go back into masterclass because we want to. Obviously, it's recorded in English, but we want to do first of all English subtitles, and then we want foreign language subtitles, and then eventually foreign language dub voices, right? So that it's open to all, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, we're actually looking to creating physical spaces to where we can serve underprivileged communities and help get them onboarded and working in the space for themselves too. So each project kind of has the funds going back into the community a certain way, but yeah, Monochrome, definitely do the comic book, check out the film, join the Discord. You can also create characters and stuff. But yeah.
Can you drop a link for the comic book?
I just put out
Just
put out their Twitter official here.
Can you send that one more time? It didn't go to Twitch.
I see that there. I'm just gonna send it directly to Twitch for my main.
There we go.
Check that out, guys.
I can drop the comic link, which the link that it unlocks. I used Bitly to shorten it and for tracking purposes, and apparently somewhere along the way it didn't like that. So if you get it and you get an error when you get the secret link, just DM me and I'll send you the real link until I get that sorted out. Silly logistics.
Metasander, without directly addressing the question, find it in the hashtag announcements section of their official Discord. That is the only news that I will ever disseminate. Leaks are just there. They're just leaks, right? Anyway, so of 223 responses to the Wasteland Grunt asset, thank you once again from the Monochrome team for allowing us to give this one away today. This is for 1 million Twitter followers, YouTube.com, Andro Meta Galaxy, Andro, capital M, capital E, capital T, capital A, space Galaxy, over on YouTube.com. You are the winner of the Monochrome Wasteland Grunt NFT asset that you can use inside your creations in the Sandbox game. Congratulations.
Seems that the Discord link is not working off of the.
I see that. I'm gonna.
What did you do?
It's on my link tree. I don't know. I'll fix that real quick.
Uh-oh. Oh my God. It's okay. It's all right. We get it sorted. All right, so
Julia, I have a teaser comic that I can send you, like a tangible one. We also have like comics.
Yeah, I'm I DM'd her. I was like, "You got a physical copy?" I am very. Let me sniff this book. Like, I'm weird. I like to hold my books. I like to hold my my mangas. I'm old school with it. I want to hold it while I read it.
That's how I am too.
I have a ridiculous amount of books on my bookshelf because I prefer physical copies of things I'm reading.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Apparently, Joe, my audio is still a little low for some folks.
Oh, it's probably just because you're low relative to everyone else on the Discord, but I'll turn you up.
I'll figure it out.
I got you. I'm going to turn you up. I'm just going to punch it, Chewy. Cranking it up.
Right.
All right.
And when is our the Monochrome contest going to be over?
So the 2 design contests going right now are going to be done this coming Saturday at midnight, CST, Central.
Yeah.
So still some days left, still some time.
All right, chat. So for the final time on this live stream, this is your chance to win the Get Girl, all new, minted today. I gotta check and see. You guys probably sold out already. You're wild. Okay, 129 of these left in existence that you could purchase, but we're giving away 5 for free in total. This is the last on this live stream to Get Girl Josephina Disguise. This commemorating our fun time that we had last Saturday. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. We had a blast all together throughout the rulebook because Alex wasn't here on Alex's own show. But this asset right here, you can win it. Just fill out the form right there in the chat over on twitch.tv, YouTube, and Facebook. This will be the last one of those. And then we will wrap the show with one more giveaway because, oh my gosh, my PC just died. You can see it dead, can't you? You can see it dead. That's so funny. Here we go. Assets. The asset's too cool.
It doesn't appear to be dead to me.
It's okay.
There we go.
There it goes. I just blue screened real hard, but it's okay. It'll come back.
That's why we work off of 2 different PCs, folks.
That's right.
That way we can.
This is called professional live streaming. You can have technical difficulties, and it's still fine. We do it live. Elgato Idleman says, that's right. Here we go. Here we go. Here I am.
Right.
Here we
this
go.
is a perfect opportunity
Welcome.
to knock out. We can knock out some of these questions because we're
KO.
today. Alrighty. So, along with that, as we've previously mentioned, the Hidden Village contest results, they won't be directly announced, if anything. They'll probably just be sent out. But one of those things is going to be fixed in the future to where we have a central place for these results and other contests. So be patient with that.
Yes.
Folks like Joe and Candidly Christian are figuring these things out and trying to get Sandbox organized.
Thank you.
It's work.
Candidly Kristen is my eyes in the darkness. That's what I want to say right now, because I got the threads. We're gonna pull the strings. We're gonna bring them all together, because I agree that there are way too many different individual sources. Sebastian also agreed very well on the email, saying yes, there should be a definitive source. So we got you.
Let's get it. And our friend WebDev wants to know: will KYC be implemented for sure in Season 3?
No, nothing is certain.
Oh. And, all right. We want to know, how do you get an avatar and weapons you created in VoxEdit to wear within Light Tracers? That was from Go West. I do believe this question was picked up by you, Cody, for a little bit. Some other folks inside the chat a little bit ago. But if we could elaborate on that for those who aren't just on the Twitch. So once again, this is more for Cody and Lozen. How do you get an avatar and weapons you created in VoxEdit to wear within Light Tracers?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I did it today, actually. So what you'll do is you're going to open up your avatar in VoxEdit, and then on the left side where your hierarchy is, you can import another hierarchy. So you're going to import, say, the sword. If you use the equipable sword template, I guess that'd be a little easier. You could just import the sword and then create that node for the hand and then drag the sword over. And then you will then save, basically put all the stuff you want there. So if you have a full set of armor, like a helmet, chest, legs, and all that, you'll put them all on your avatar in this one file, and then you can export that as a GLTF and then use that GLTF in Light Tracer. So everything's on your avatar. The equipment gets a little silly, but if you import, like the chest piece, drag the chest piece over to a child node of the chest piece of your avatar you want, and then delete the gray person avatar that comes with the chest piece. Because as you know, when you create an avatar, there's that kind of ghosted avatar image. And when you import that, it'll turn into like a gray, the gray standard person. You'll just have to delete that so that all that's left is the chest piece. And you just rinse and repeat that for each piece. Couple steps.
Man. I'm gonna have to take this VOD and re-listen to that a few times so I can make sure I do that step by step.
Right. Because some of the videos you guys make, I'm like, how did you do that?
Let me
like,
take some notes.
It's beautiful. All right, so real quick before the next question, Radcon Dad, we got user number 144 out of 232 winning the last Josephina disguise that we're going to give away on this show. Once again, if you didn't win one and you'd like to have one, you can get them over on the marketplace at Sandbox.game right now. Thanks to you, Cody Zine. This is the first asset they're selling, apparently. I didn't know that this was the first thing you'd ever sold.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. But with the answer, how many Twitter followers do we have? You answered 1 million plus the size of one medium village, which I appreciate. Over on YouTube.com, Michael Sherrington is our winner.
Congratulations, YouTube. Congratulations, Michael.
And you know what? Gotta do the Wizzy, the green lucky hat. That's gotta happen today. So we're gonna do another one. Another one. And another one. Just kidding. But not really. Here we go. I gotta type Wizzy on this one. So I can remember that this one is for the green lucky hat chatters.
Here we go.
All right, the form is going
Get
out
it.
right now over on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.tv. This. Another one. Yes, I love it. I don't know why. I'm going to look it up right now.
It's for the
I
memes.
typed too many Z's, chat. Wizzy the Green's lucky hat right here that you see on your screen. This NFT asset can also, just like the asset you just saw, be worn inside any combat-based experience in the Sandbox Game Metaverse or in the Sandbox Game Maker. This asset, unlike the last you saw, is filled with 2 luck stat gems.
I
So,
was about to say that, John Vader.
No
No joke. I was
additional
waiting for
speed.
Joe to stop talking. DJ Josephine!
yep,
We were almost there.
Yep. And another one.
They beat me to the punch.
Another
but
one.
moving on to some
It's
of
too
these
slow.
questions.
It's too slow.
As Mike was asking about the PlayStation and Xbox, I'm not a Sony fanboy or anything. We have already gone through that, but a TOM photo over there wants to know, does the speed attribute make you run faster? Can you explain all the attributes and what they actually do for our games?
Yeah, the speed attribute makes you sort of jump further, actually. Like it's in-flight speed, if that makes sense. Or like, I guess I want to call it falling speed, because, I mean, what is flying but falling with style?
Right.
The power makes you hit hard, do good, hit hard.
Hit good.
Defense, take less damage. Luck does nothing.
And HP. And has HP.
It has HP. Yeah. Luck doesn't do anything yet, and magic also doesn't do anything. Right? Is that right, Cody?
Magic.
Or does
Yeah,
magic?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because
Yeah,
healing,
right.
doesn't it?
No, I don't
For
think
an
so.
avatar, nothing. The NPCs will heal more or faster, and or detect you closer, with luck. But as an avatar, it doesn't do anything yet.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll get there. But part of that, a lot of those that aren't fully resolved right now are because some of the underlying traits aren't resolved right now. Like, we don't officially have the ability to do ranged attacks in the Game Maker right now. But when we do, then some of these traits and stats will adjust and change. So once again, I would leave the caveat that we are in an alpha, so these things can adjust or, move around at any point. And when they do, we will let you know about those changes. And yet again, I'm going to lean back on the point that I basically have intended to load up my weeks with oops all meetings in the future, so that when we are talking about all these different traits, all these different changes, I can tell you exactly, like, the same day that somebody says, well, this is going to change next week. I can come in and be like, hey, this is changing right now. So we will definitely get to that stage soon. TM. Soon TM.
Okay. And Hot Chips and Source, one of my favorite names here, wants to know, is the other side connected to the sandbox in any way other than just Animoca? It's not a sandbox game, is it?
It is not the Sandbox. I'm sorry. Was there more to that question?
No, I just wanted to add one of my favorite questions that we got a few weeks ago was, is the other side just going to be another game jam? Just to add on to that, which I loved. But go on with your answer.
That's
there.
a sick burn, dog. No, right. So they are their own metaverse project, and unaffiliated with us, similar to how Rev Racing exists as an Animoca Brands game, but isn't affiliated with us. You may see that we'll have some cross-operability things happening there. In fact, as soon as somebody confirms that this tool exists, it's my understanding from some information that I received that hasn't been confirmed, and nobody told me as the Sandbox Game employee, to be clear, that there may be a 3D modeler tool. And if that 3D modeler tool exists so that I can make a representation in their metaverse, then I may be taking Alex's Wizzy designs and giving you guys interoperability in other side with that, where if you own a Wizzy, you own it in other side. And the same thing with the 10K project that Alex intends to build as well. As long as I can build that into a representation, if that tool does so exist, then that will be the kinds of interoperability you can look for. And we're doing the same thing the opposite direction when it comes to, because other side is not just an Animoca Brands, as Animoca is the publisher, but Yuga Labs is the creator. These are the people who made the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So you've seen us work with the Bored Apes. You've seen us celebrate them and do all these things. And so it should be similar in kind to that, where we may have a representation of their new thing. The new thing for other side is called a coda. Maybe we have those come here. We'll see. You know, it's always good to be cooperative. And it's interesting because a lot of folks talk about, like, I see people come up in the chat all the time and they'll be like, whoa, what's you versus Decentraland, or you versus Omnium Space, or you versus other side, right? It's not that. It's them and us. And that's always how we've looked at it, because there's no need for that in this space. There's no need to say we can't have them and us. The metaverse is all about interoperability. So as much as we can do it, let's go.
Right. We ain't got time to sit there and compete hard. We just want to interact and have everything flow.
Right. All right. So I pulled the winner for the Wizzy the Green Lucky Hat that you see on your screen right now. Out of 240 entrants, number 30 was the winner. Answering with 1 million Twitter followers. YouTube.com. Leonardo de la Cruz. Leonardo de la Cruz.
Leonardo de la Cruz. Love to see
him. Had a good time.
Having a good time. We didn't even get to play any games today, so...
I mean, that happens when you do giveaways the whole show, Conrad. I told you it was just going to be a giveaway party, friend.
I know. I was excited to see Razul's game. We're going to have to push that back.
We can play it on...
We also have a request from one of our fine friends, 9A7A. You saw my message there. It ain't easy being green queued up now. I got a little trailer for that to check out later.
Okay.
So don't worry, folks. We will get to that and get right back to the regular GMAE show. But I like having our guests, Julia and Cody Lozen here. It makes her a better show.
You're beautiful humans.
Thank you. Y'all are beautiful.
No, you're breathtaking.
Everyone's beautiful, and I'm still so happy to see Conrad looking all better. Look at
you,
right?
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
So good.
I'm feeling so happy you're feeling. Yeah, I think we're all, like, everyone was worried about you.
Yeah.
Going to all the food.
That was very weird. I thought I was dying one day.
Yeah, I was there. I
had to call Joe and be like, what do I do? I can't move my face. It was bad.
It was rough. It was rough, but we got through it. We took care of it. Yeah.
Regardless, we gotta knock out some of these questions.
All right, let's get to it. Let's go.
Well, we got some good people here. All right, so Idleman wants to know: was the Sandbox developed with Unity or Unreal Engine?
Unity.
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 All right. You got me with that one. All right. And Nancy, one of our winners today, wants to know, hi, Sandbox. I want to ask, how can I claim the reward I got from the pool from before? Is that possible? Any of those rewards from before?
Which pool?
Exactly. That is a...
Okay, you can go to nft.sandbox.game. Oh, wait, no. Actually, that's changed. If you sign in the top right, sign in with your... I'm going to sign in with my Web3 wallet here in just a second. I can show you if you have anything you have eligible to claim. Sign in. Click claims right here. You see this in the top right there? When you go to your... you click claims.
Sky missed out on the whole stream. Sky, this was a huge giveaway stream. I'm sorry, but it's great to have you here, though.
Welcome. Good morning.
Welcome back, friend. As you were explaining, though, Joe, my apologies.
No, it's all good. So you can see here on my page, I don't have a great example because I didn't leave anything to claim. But, you know, I wanted to claim all my rewards when I found out. I actually came to this page a year after being able to claim some of these assets that I was able to get from like old staking pool rewards and like crazy things that just came up, right? And I came on here and I had 3 things that I didn't claim. And one of them was like a golden skull and a golden anchor and all those sort of things. And anyway, so you just come to this page here. It's nice and easy. It's very convenient for you. Hopefully you'll see everything you can claim right there. If you don't see something, you can also go to the direct asset of the thing you expect. And if you know you ought to have had it, but you can't see it there, show us, if you can, the proof on the blockchain of the thing that you were staked in or whatever when you were eligible for a certain reward, keeping in mind that the snapshots always happened at the end of the month. All right. So anything else there, Rad Condad? What you got?
Most certainly. And yes, candidly, Christian, the question was posed before they actually won. We're just a little bit behind. So I do appreciate your concern. Alrighty, let me scroll back up here. Okay. The Cosmic Window wants to know, how can my cultural center participate in Alpha 3 or in future Alpha? How can we be a part of that?
One of those ways you may be able to would be if you consult with the Game Maker Fund team, which is only accessible through the filtering of submitting at contact@sandbox.game, and the people who are in charge of that email address seeing your content and saying, yeah, this is probably suitable for a season 3. However, I would leave the caveat that season 3 is already halfway done. So it may be outside of the scope of work to add certain additional things, but it's always worth trying. And as you've said, future alphas, it may be that you could be there for number 4, or we may already be fully open with user-generated content by the time we get to season 4. We'll see what happens. Yeah, if you have a land, of course, and we do open UGC, then you could just publish and be right in. All right. So what you got next, Rad Condad?
Alrighty. And lost my place. This always happens.
Can't believe
it. Always happens. Okay, here we go. Okay, Navi Vox wants to know, there's still no updates on that Retro Game Jam Top 3 winners. Once again, with a contest that we don't know where to look for.
That is true. That is part of the discussion that I am in going through all week with multiple different people, because in order for me to start having a definitive source of information for all of you, I have to go pull every single thread in the company all at once and start scheduling weekly emails.
Right.
And
yikes.
You guys know that there are hundreds of people that work in the Sandbox game. So in order for me to get all this information to be sure that you guys have it, I have to know which person started with the information so that I can say, hey, what's good? What's going on? One of those people, and this may be the reason why, depending on who the Atari folks were talking to as their definitive source, it might have been, and I can't confirm this, I don't know, Andy Ritchie. And if that is the case, then it makes complete sense why we haven't seen an announcement on that, because Andy Ritchie, rightfully so, is enjoying a vacation right now. So I wouldn't want to pull them and be like, hey, stop vacation, stop enjoying life, because while it is important, also respecting people's time, taking care of those people so that they have a better life is, to me, more important than anything. So, all right, what you got next, Radcon Dad?
Oh, man. You know we got these lovelies here today. Mike, over on, just straight up Mike on
Mike
YouTube,
on YouTube, yeah.
wants to know how much sand will you be able to earn if you just play all day?
I'm
not sure that we realize how we do the sandbox play yet.
Yes, no, that's great. That's great.
A great question.
In Alpha Season 2, you were asked to complete 150 out of an available 200, or roughly therein, number of quests through the entire season's duration. Now, the individual instances opened 1 instance per day, so if you wanted to, you came in the last week, you could have completed them all in a day or two, if you like, if you were just really going hard at it. But, ultimately, it is not the same kind of play-to-earn ecosystem as a game like an Axie Infinity, or Rev Racing, or any of those others, in that there's a limited pool of sand that is distributed. A total in the last season was 10 million sand, plus or minus some other fun stuff that we did. But that 10 million sand pool was then... so it was 5 million and then it was doubled, right? We had a guarantee that we would give out 500 sand tokens if you got to level 5, and then we also did a staking reward campaign, so we doubled that if we reached 100%, which we did, so everybody ended up getting 1,000 sand if they reached level 5. And then beyond that, we had some other contests and things, so there was some here and there, maybe another million or two. What's a million sand between friends, So we had all those things going, but it's important that we didn't have an open-ended tokenomics there. We didn't have a play until you're a millionaire sort of thing, because if you do that, what ends up happening is you can have a huge systemic collapse in your economy if you oversaturate a token that people aren't using then to reinvest in the system. So right now, things clearly going very well for the Sandbox game. If you check it out over on CoinMarketCap or something, you can see the asset is holding well and strong. And it had virtually no effect, as it was about 1% of the total daily volume that we had distributed throughout Alpha Season 3. So, yeah.
Alrighty, another Season 3 question.
Yeah.
Metasander wants to know, let's say if Season 3 is sooner than August, and according to certain partners, there's social hubs in SB fully releases in August, does that mean beta or Season 4 comes out in August?
No.
Once again, a lot of speculation.
That's 2 kinds of speculation. First, that's assuming that... Well, actually, that's 3 kinds of speculation.
Right.
That's first assuming that Season 3 is before August, which, once again, I'm not going to confirm or deny any dates. Second, that's assuming that version 0.7 of the Game Maker isn't out already. Third, that's assuming that user-generated content isn't released by then. Because if UGC is out, then the seasonal content that we do is different. It's different from that. It's separate from that. As Alex has mentioned when we were on his Saturday show a couple of weeks ago, seasonal content can happen anytime from a partner. A partner may have their own separate individual season of content, completely different from what the Sandbox does as our seasonal content. So if that is the case, where they have separate seasonal content, then you may be playing Season 1 of the Snoopverse while you're playing, you're playing Season 4, 5, whatever of the Sandbox at the exact same time and playing to earn in different economies with different tokenomics. So just know that there are definitely a lot of different components there. A partner may say, I'm coming out in August, and then August comes and the software isn't ready for that yet. But that's me being kind of pessimistic based on what I know. More details when we can.
Alrighty. And Not Jackie Chan actually just asked the question again, but it came up on cue. So perfect timing there, Jackie Chan. I'm sorry, not Jackie Chan. Will blocks be tradable or transferable, other than sending someone the local file?
Currently, blocks aren't a mintable asset right now. And I don't know if we're going to go that way or not. I would like to answer that. That'd be a question that, Conrad, can you send me that question so that I can ask that later?
Yeah.
Because I think to a certain extent, the downside to minting blocks is that you're kind of locking it out, right? Somebody's going to go, they're going to make like every block from Minecraft and be like, hee, I'm selling it or whatever, or try to.
Right.
And you don't necessarily want to lock out people from being able to create what I would constitute as basic terrain, and not so much like copyright content. And I think that's the best use case for minting, is when you make something that's wholly original, and not something that, like, it seems to me, and I could be wrong, I'd actually be very interested to hear what Lozen and Cody think about this, but it seems to me that minting a block is like minting the word "the" and being like, yeah, I own it now. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about the idea of minting a block?
I mean, that's pretty. So in the art world, there is this artist that came up with a paint, and it's like the blackest black.
Mm-hmm.
And that artist is scrutinized and ran into the ground, so much so that another very popular artist has made a mockery of them doing such a thing. And to me, it's kind of the same thing. And so whenever this person that's mocking this other dude, whenever he sells his paints, he sells them to everyone but that artist. That artist is not allowed to purchase them, to just kind of make fun of it. So I kind of see it the same way. It would really suck to see a whole bunch of people going through the colors and making a block, and then oh, you can't use that block because you have to buy it and it's a certain color. I don't know. If there's something like a fine detail, like I've seen someone do stained glass blocks, those are a little bit different, I think. But I don't know. It's a fine line of I can't say that word. Never mind.
I think the other side of it too is blocks are I think you could safely say going to be the most used assets in the sandbox, because I mean that's the first thing you do, or I guess should do, is terraform the land. If you have to worry about the quantity of those, if there are only 2,000 black blocks, those are going to run out really fast, because you can, it's basically one of those per experience. So having to worry about mint qualities for blocks, quantities for blocks, is going to be kind of silly, I suppose.
Right. Yeah, go ahead there.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to tell folks I'm closing out our questions, as I still have quite a few. I would love to get to all of them, but we are actually running up to 10 minutes overtime here.
Oh, yeah!
But it's celebration day, so I don't mind hanging
out
if you guys don't mind hanging out. But we'll get to at least what I have here, and then we'll move on for the night, and then get on to the regular show tomorrow. But as you were saying there, Joseph.
Yeah. That is all.
All right. Well,
I had a thought. It's gone.
See ya. 116 asks, I have a good imagination, but I can't bring my imagination to life. I'm bad at drawing, quote unquote. Can the masterclass help me with that, or is it purely how to use VoxEdit?
Great question.
Both.
Yeah.
Right now we're doing it where it's just VoxEdit, but we do have a curriculum that's written to kind of help people manage and manifest. I hate that word. After watching We Crashed, oh my gosh, never again. But yeah, we have a method of trying to organize creative thought and create things.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, to learn this first one, obviously you're wanting to know how to set up the program and what the tools do, what all these flashy buttons are, so it's not so overwhelming. But as you get more comfortable with them and you see the examples on the screen and we kind of talk through that, I think that will help open up your mind to like how it works and what's possible, and kind of get those creative juices flowing for, oh wait, I could probably make something like this for a space game or that kind of thing, and it kind of starts you down that path.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you guys do need more inspiration, there are things like the Squiggleverse and Cyber Dragon you guys can check out as well.
Yeah.
And of course, Monochrome.
Squiggly.school is good in terms of like if you're looking for like a super introductory thing, I would go like they're a good starting point. And then moving on to the Metaverse Masterclass. I mean, I know you guys do an intro thing as well, but I like using those in tandem. There's no reason why I think you can't do that.
Sure.
But I want to address this comment from Skyhand110 in the chat that is related to the NFT blocks. It says, to solve the NFT copy issue, the blocks should be instances of one NFT within the game maker. And I wanted to let you know, Sky, that in fact, any one NFT that you buy on the marketplace at sandbox.game, if you use that inside an experience, you can actually use that an infinite number of times in that one experience. So that is actually already the case. But what Cody was talking about, Cody said, okay, so you have blackest black of all blacks, right? You mint that into a block. So you want a pure black block. But there's a mint limit of maximum 2,000. We have 166,464 lands. Do you want to limit a block to just 2,000 of those? Right? Limit somebody's creative potential to using the blackest of black. And I would agree that to that particular asset, for me, that doesn't work for me. I wouldn't want that. But what Lozen said there, when you talk about like a really fine, high quality product like a stained glass, I would say, yeah, sure. You've made something that was creatively unique in that way. And that, I would say, is a good example of a block that could be possibly minted. And that's where the discussion must be. That's why I'm going to take that back and try to have those conversations and see where that is and see if we can get a consensus on that, because I don't want to see like all of the primary colors or all the colors of the rainbow or whatever, just being like, oh, there's a flat block and somebody has now ownership of whatever the IP that is 5,000 copies of this, right? But whatever, it's just one person's opinion, I guess.
Right, and on the note of that paint, as a painter and mini painter and whatnot, I'm very familiar with those colors and that story. It's quite hilarious and worth time to look into. Definitely go look up that story. But moving on here as we try and quick fire the rest of our questions and not stay too late for folks, because I know everybody wants to stay in and get all this information, because y'all lovely people, too much respect for y'all.
Vibing.
Alrighty. Now that we're vibing here, Next Level Williams over on YouTube wants to know, so will there be areas in a map one cannot go without special equipment in the future? This is in reference to the gems and catalyst on various items. So, for instance, being able to move faster, jump further, and things like that. And that does go on to another question from John Vader. So if you have an asset that gives you more speed and jump, you could complete something like the glitchy speed run faster. Yay or nay?
Okay,
Two-parter there.
Yeah, first...
A lot of information.
First, yes, and that's a developer decision. And a developer should account for that. So if you're going to make a jump, it shouldn't be incompatible with any of the assets that you put into your game. So if you were to create an experience and you submit that for me to playtest here on the show, and I play it and I find that a jump is impossible to do or very, very difficult to do based on the equipment that I have and I'm wearing, I'm going to let you know that this is a bad idea. No offense, but you just took 90% of your market and gave them a bad time, right? Like, they're not enjoying this. So if you were to create something like that, or you want to have that sense of I jumped higher, went further, did things faster, whatever, you should also be wrapping in an NFT suite that is compatible with that mindset. So, you go like, oh, well, you've now collected all of these, and now you can do this parkour experience to get to the end game boss or whatever. That's a thing you could do. But that, once again, I don't recommend that you make that a requirement unless you give it to them for free, essentially. Like, give it to them for being there. Because otherwise you're just, again, you're getting everybody gated out of your content. Now back to the point of, can a person go faster through a speed run because of equipment? Very much so, yes. And once again, a developer should be accounting for that. But that said, the person who's in charge of any particular contest, it's their discretion what their rules are for that contest. So you know that going in. And you may feel like it's fair or it's unfair or it's whatever, but it's up to the creator, it's up to the developer what is fair and unfair. So if a developer says, you must submit a video that operates at least 30 frames per second so that I can make sure you're not a cheater, then that's their discretion. And, you accept those terms. And it's the same thing with this particular contest, right? PandaPops and I happen to agree that the idea of, not full disclosure, I've got a keyboard. I could have programmed a macro in that did that like attack lunge thing that makes you go faster through the level, but I didn't. Because I personally feel like that's not fun. That's not skill-based. That's not fair, right? But that's not my choice. That's the developer's choice.
And then I'm on the flip side of that, where if you can set a macro to have that button there, and you have your regular jump button, and then you have your attack dash jump button, and you can switch in between the two freely because you would have to have a different button for that macro, then that's still skill-based in my opinion because you're using a different button entirely.
Sure. But that's what it is, right? It's never necessarily going to be up to the individual. The individual user may agree, they may disagree. It doesn't matter, right? What it comes down to is the creator. The creator gets to create the terms of their contest. They get to create the terms of their level. They get to create the rewards for their contests. And the users, if they want to win, have to agree to those terms and play the experience as the developer had intended to do so. So, once again, we can all agree or we can disagree, and you have the right to just say, I disagree and I'm not going to do it, and move on and go find another contest. So, it's all good.
Like that, you have 80 plus entries from Meads, and it sounds like Meads, it sounds like you need some help there. Going through some stuff. I believe you had sent a message earlier.
Been a bunch of work.
To say, Joe, check your DMs. So
check your DMs.
Have to check that out. We'll have to see about that.
Okay. Right now I'm processing all the invoices for the ambassadors. Been doing it all day, and I got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to do tonight after this show. So.
Right. But yes, I mean, when it comes to like official speedruns and official sandbox stuff, and things like macros, we do want fairness for everybody. So we're trying to deactivate things like that. That way things can't be manipulated.
And that's the thing about, like I said, this is not the sandbox contest, right? This is just one where we said, hey, lots of people like what you're doing, and so here's a little sand. And in terms of scope and scale, it's virtually nothing compared to what we normally do for like a big contest. So we want to support those people who are creating engaging content that people are liking. And that's where this is. It's not once again, it's not the sandbox contest, but it is just a supported one.
And yes, TSB Unity code does have the final say. That's for sure. But moving on with our questions. So, we're getting down to the end of it here. Our final question. It was already answered.
What was the question? Don't leave me in suspense, Conrad.
Oh, it was just about equipment and
Oh,
How is
rip.
it going to be implemented?
He asked
in
me
the
2
future?
questions
we
at once.
We were just talking about it.
GG easy.
Right. Wow. It was a great time.
I like that Julia's chatting like in the chat, like typing in the chat, but not talking out.
she's actually in the call still.
Answering all, like, I don't want to interrupt, but I'm still.
I mean,
gotta make jokes.
Always interrupt.
you're not interrupting.
That was like funny. It's like last question. Oh, it was already answered. Never
Yep,
mind.
rip.
Like,
No big deal. No big deal.
I did get a question from. Oh, go ahead, Julia. My apologies.
No, I was making jokes that like I was like listening, but I was also folding laundry and then putting away laundry and then putting something in the microwave. I
so
can't
productive.
sit still. I have a problem.
It happens. It happens.
No,
Most of
that's
us.
a good kind of can't sit still though.
It is. It's like I'm productive. That's not a problem.
You fold out the dryer and then you put it away.
That's called a feature. Okay.
Right. I'm straight to the basket and forget about it. But
there's no basket here.
Back to the questions here. We did just get one from Jimmy Daniel. There's plenty of questions that didn't get answered tonight that you guys will join us tomorrow on the live, which is
2 a.m. UTC, 5 days a week here on this channel. Like, subscribe, do your thing, whatever. If you're all about it, ring the bell if you love it on YouTube or whatever. I don't know.
Right,
I don't really do that. I don't really do that shill thing. You know what I mean? You either love it.
Well, we're here. We're doing it. 1 million subscribers.
1 million subs on the Twitter. On the Twitter.
I think we should just hashtag handfriend in the chat.
Can we?
I think that's what we should do.
Oh, goodness. Alrighty, but Julia,
you drive me to celebrate.
Jimmy Daniel wants to know, what will be different when the sandbox is open compared to the alpha? And
that's a great question.
That is a question that we can't actually answer because your feedback and this community is what is changing the alpha as we move season to season. And all of the changes, like for instance, Joe spilled our beans on the fact that we're getting swimming and things like that.
Oh my gosh.
First person.
The first 2 seconds of what you said, Conrad, I was like, this man is so wrong, but also you are so right now.
Right. It's going to be infinitely different, at the same time, the same.
Let's talk about what is different. What's clearly different, right?
Go ahead, Joe. Yeah.
So we're all using the same tools, right? We're using the same version of the game makers. We're doing all these things, right? We're updating in the same time frames, and some of us are just dedicating full-time time to it, like the team at Monochrome does. Or Tempest Studios now. I'm just gonna. I should be titling you appropriately because you got a whole team of people now. You added like another 4 or 5 people to the squad. So right. The only thing that's different when you say open versus when you say alpha is open is you and yours. Open is you going to your space, creating your thing, publishing on your land, and deciding what you want to do to promote yourself and get people into your space. Whereas the alpha is us saying, hey, all of the internet, we're here. We're giving you some free money. Get over here and enjoy this video game, right? Or enjoy these experiences. Come have some fun, right? So we do these alphas. That's us being your marketing and saying, we're bringing you into the Sandbox ecosystem. The open means, well, now we've got the people. They came here to play to earn. How are you going to get them to go from our play to earn to your land? That's what's different between those two things. Whether, it's 7 different version updates to the game maker or not, that will always be true. How do you market yourself? How do you get people to pay attention to you, get people to play your game, and turn that over into a revenue stream? And those are the important questions that you ought to be asking yourself over the next month, 6 months, whatever, as you continue in the Sandbox game ecosystem. So,
right.
Beautiful question.
And a major part of what the Sandbox ecosystem is going to be is your lands themselves. Don't forget about that photo.
That's true.
As Joe has said many times, you can do whatever you want with them. If you want it to be a social hub, if you want it to generate money for you, you can. A land itself won't do it automatically. You can make it generate catalysts and whatnot, gems and catalysts.
Right,
But
with
if
the
you
staking
want
of
people-
sand, yeah.
Right, but if you want people to have to pay in order to enter your super rad, awesome game, you can do that.
And
That's
critically,
something we're gonna be able to do.
they have to know that your super rad, awesome game exists.
Right.
So don't
and
forget.
So you get the studios
You gotta
that
have
you can link up with.
Exactly. You get somebody like a Monochrome, sure, that you can work with, maybe, I don't know, or more importantly, you take yourself to market. If you're your own independent thing and maybe you're just one person, right? I know a lot of great like indie game developers. This is kind of the mindset you might have, or you may have like take that same mindset if you're a social hub or you're a museum or whatever you want to be for your space in the Sandbox game. If you're a concert venue that you're building, then you're still going to need to tell people that you exist. And so that's the critical thing that you can do as the alpha continues, as we get closer to user-generated content, is start letting people know you are there. Let people know what you are doing and what you are creating, because you're building the metaverse now, not waiting for the metaverse to come to you. So,
Right.
anyway,
Remember, folks, it's going to be play and earn, not play to earn.
that is true. Play first.
Let's have some fun. Anyways, Joe, as you were saying,
That's it. That's really
that's it. I know. I was waiting for you to do it.
I love it. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out here with us. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Lowe's, and thank you, Julia, for joining us in the call. It's been a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
for having
Thank
us.
you.
You guys are always great.
Yeah.
Just be here every stream. I want no alternative. Just
Sure.
be here for every single stream forever.
What if we're all like payments like aggressively heavily breathed? Just like all we
Okay.
did was heavily breathed into our mind.
That might not work, but
No?
Well, here's the thing. At any time, Julia Julia, I can right-click your name and click the mute button right here. Okay.
Oh. Alright, I see how it is.
Aggressive breathing is right on the line, Julia. It's right on the
I
line.
was in here, so I can just be like, bing bong.
Bing bong
Yeah.
is totally fine. You know what I mean?
No one's
Totally
complaining.
fine.
and you know, I got to do a shameless, selfless plug here.
What you got?
My lovely fiance Holly has just
Can't
gone
believe.
live. I gotta shout it out. So you know, I represent here on Twitch. I'm sorry, YouTube. Go check her out.
YouTube
at
gets to
Holly.
miss out.
I
YouTube's
want to
missing
talk
out.
to Holly about gender bending cosplay. Like me and your girl need to have like a deep discussion.
Is that a thing? Is
Go
Holly
ahead
did it?
and
I guess
Oh,
Holly
yeah.
did it. That's how we got the
and
wig,
go
right?
check her out on
That's
how we got the wig.
twitch.tv/Holly. You can do
In
that.
her chat. Oh,
There
yeah,
it
I'll
is.
tweet
There it
that.
is.
Let's
She's
go.
very active in that.
Hey, before y'all go, where can somebody find
let's
the Monochrome /Tempest Studios /Cody Zane Lozen Fukum? Where can we find you?
You can go to monochromworld.com for the monochrome stuff.
Okay.
Or tempeststudiosdfw.com for the Tempest stuff.
my shoulders are moving for Ice Pilot.
I love it. We got some ats in the chat if you guys want to follow them. And how can a person follow you, Julia G. Julia?
A little mouthful of potatoes. Hold on. I'm so sorry.
Don't be
Say
sorry, it's okay.
mouthfulofpotatoes.com.
Just type it in the chat.
Yeah.
Mouthfulofpotatoes.com.
Mouthfulofpotatoes.com. Actually, it's potatoes and green beans. They're
Okay,
nice.
okay, okay.
I'm just on Twitter. I'm always doing these chats. I'm always creeping.
Right,
I'm not
right.
doing anything. I'm not cool. I'm just a creeper, heavily breathing in the
All
background.
right, I like it.
No worries. But you can find myself at RadCondad on Twitch and on Twitter. And of course, The Vision EX. Joe
On
himself.
everything. On
everything.
everything.
Oh, look at those shoulders go, Joe.
That's right.
They're
You already
going
know.
wild.
You already know. You already know.
Look at you.
I'm
I
enjoying
loved
it.
it.
I'm having fun, my guy.
So,
Having fun.
let's go
all right?
ahead.
It's a party. 1 million followers, my friend. Let's raid somebody
Million
over on
followers.
Twitter. Not even, that doesn't
Twitter.
make sense. I can't raid on Twitter.
I wish.
Twitch.tv/the Sandbox Game. Conrad, full discretion.
Who can find it?
Can we raid Holly?
Can
I'm down
we?
for that.
Wait,
Yeah,
but is she
put
streaming
me
the
in her
Sandbox?
chat.
The tradition is that we raid somebody who's streaming the Sandbox game.
Right, right.
So
We wanna-
the day that she's
It-
streaming the Sandbox, we'll do that.
Alright, alright.
Right.
Unless
The day
nobody else
that
is streaming.
I can get her to get into the sandbox and get on that game maker and play your games live.
Ooh!
I would love that.
There it is. There
And
it
if
is.
she does that, then we can raid Holly.
Rate her,
Because
you know, it'd be the first time she'd done it.
but right now, we're gonna be raiding
Snabur.
Snabur.
You
Sorry,
just won. You just
fumbled
won,
over
and
it.
you're live right now. You got 121 people queued up to raid Snabur over here on twitch.tv/SNABUR. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Right.
It's a good time.
You're lovely people. I feel good. It's wonderful to be back.
It's good to
And
have
the
you
raid
back.
is out there. Thanks YouTube, thanks DLive, Facebook, Theta, Twitch, Twitter.com/TheSandboxGame. I always say Twitch before I say Twitter in the intro, so I get caught up at the end there. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.